He is Kevin Lazor with PA Careerlink, and we're going to talk a little bit of an expanded conversation with Kevin this morning. Our conversation is brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, Todd. How are you this morning?
Wonderful, and it's good to have you on the air with us here today as we talk about Careerlink and other things.
Absolutely. It feels like I haven't talked to you in a while. So,
it has been a while.
Let's get into the Careerlink business first.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, to let everybody know that we're still operating virtually for the most part, but folks can call in 724-471-7220, and either our front desk or if you leave a message, we'll get right back to you. And as a reminder, Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so our offices will be closed. I went on the system this morning, and there are 1,599 positions within 25 miles of 15701. And for generally, people like to commute 25 miles or less, so that's why we pull them up that way. And I pulled up a couple of them today, and in the banking and financial field, we've got a telephone personal banker, consumer loan opener 1 and 2,
Mm-hmm.
a retail mortgage post closer. In the construction field, we have auger operator, a masonry laborer, and a mason. In the healthcare field, we have an LPN, an RN, and a breastfeeding peer counselor position. In some of the other fields, we have a paper stacker, receptionist, and dispatch, and a cashier. So those are just some of the ones that were posted within the last week, and we get new postings almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're interested in those positions, you can go to www.pacareerlink.pa.gov. In addition to those positions, there's also a number of different online tools and resources that a job seeker can use when they're planning their job search. And also for employers, you can give us a call and we can help you get posted or help you find labor market information for the local area in case you're wondering how much to pay somebody or what is the available workforce, things like that as well.
Yeah.
So that's the Careerlink business this morning.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of business, and certainly those jobs are interesting, and folks might just want to go to the website, find out more about them. And my goodness, there have been a lot of banking jobs that have come open here recently. So
absolutely. And I just want to give a note to our employers. I know normally about this time of year is when we start planning the annual employment expo.
Mm-hmm.
And we're kind of still waiting to see where, the virus goes in terms of people getting their injections and things like that before we decide. We tried to put together a virtual job fair at the time, but employers at that time were still kind of hesitant to do so. So we are still looking in the works. It might be later in the year that we'd try to do something as opposed to our normal April. So I've gotten some inquiries already if we were having another event. So it's still kind of up in the air. We're waiting to see where this COVID-19 virus goes and how the vaccines help to curb it.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. All right, so that's Careerlink. Put on another hat if you would. And it doesn't have to be a combat helmet, but we want to talk a little bit about something that happens every year in January. It's not going to happen actually this January, but hopefully it can happen, and that is the Veteran Sleepout.
Yes, and actually it's February, Todd. The weekend of President's Day weekend is normally when we hold the Sleepout.
Mm-hmm.
And my understanding is that one of our board members, DJ Stroman, has put in the application to hold it again. Again, February 13th. We're going to try to run to 8 to 8. Oops.
You all right? You there? Uh-oh. Kevin went away. We heard it. We heard an oops, and then you went away.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. Someone else was calling in on my cell phone, which I'm talking to you from. But what I was going to say is DJ Stroman, one of our board members, has put in the application at Walmart. We're waiting for confirmation that that's definitely going to be the day, February 13th.
Mm-hmm.
If it is a go in terms of Walmart and things like that, there'll be some changes. Clearly, we'll make sure that we have hand sanitizer and all the participants that will be working in the booth will have masks on. We'll make sure that the sleeping areas are socially distanced, and we'll probably run in shifts as opposed to having that big core group that normally hangs out for the whole time. We'll probably do it in shifts, which is a little different, but the cause is still the same. The purpose of the sleep out is that for about 24-hour period, starting probably from 8 a.m. on the 13th till 8 a.m. on the 14th, we'll stand out in front of Walmart, and we won't eat or drink anything that's not provided to us by the community. We'll take monetary donations, cleaning supply donations, toiletry supply donations, and all those things will go to the Veterans Parsonage. Mm-hmm. And for those that might be interested, to let you know, first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to the community and a thank you. We did have that family of 7 that was in a local hotel, and they stayed with us at the parsonage for a while. They were able to get a very nice Christmas because of the generosity of the community, both fraternal organizations and individual donors. And then they have transitioned to a home. So that's part of what the parsonage is about. It's helping a veteran who had a family. They got safety during the Christmas holiday, and now are transitioning on to a home and hopefully a more improved life.
Yeah.
Currently, we have 2 vets that are transitioning. One will be a short-term stay, and the other one may be a little longer stay. But all the donations collected during the sleep out will go to keep operations of the parsonage. And we really don't go for grants and things like that. Right now, we're just solely funded by what we raise in the community.
Mm-hmm. And that makes this event very important, but it also makes it important to understand that you don't have to wait for an event to give to any organization that is especially a charitable organization. And if
Correct.
Folks do want to give to the Veterans Parsonage, they can do it at this event, assuming that it will happen, or they can do it at any time, correct?
Correct. And the easiest way to do that is, and I apologize, I don't have their address right in front of me, but you can send a check made out to the Veterans Parsonage in care of Indiana Church of the Brethren, who owns the actual property and lets us run it as a Veterans Parsonage. Again,
that is,
I believe it's not 905 McKnight Road, Indiana, Pennsylvania, but they can write a check, but the check's made out to the Veterans Parsonage. There's a separate account that we keep the funds for the parsonages. And Todd, I know one of the projects we're looking into right now, the parsonage is not ADA accessible with someone in a wheelchair. And I think this summer, over this year, our goal is to maybe have a ramp put in and a ramp or an elevator put in the stairs so that they can access the upstairs.
That's good. Floor. That's good. 905 McKnight Road is the address, Indiana 15701. So there you go. You could write your check to the Veterans Parsonage, 905
Correct.
McKnight Road, Indiana 15701. That's a great idea. And meanwhile, we'll just keep our ears open, and you'll let us know when we're absolutely certain of when the sleep out is going to occur.
Absolutely. And again, like many of the retailers do, if someone would like to donate but aren't comfortable, they want to just pull up to the event and not get out of their car, wear their mask, we wear our mask, and we'll be glad to remove the donation from the person's vehicle, or they can just hand it out the window, so that we're still minimizing the contact. We want to make sure that we take care of, we can't stop life because of COVID, but you have to take the necessary precautions. And again, just to reiterate, we are going to lessen the amount of people that will be there. There'll be hand sanitizer. And we're talking about some other accommodations to make sure that we do present this event safely for everybody in the current environment.
Terrific stuff. Very good. Very good. Anything else, Kevin, we'd like to pass along to folks here this morning?
Just, again, I can't thank the Indiana community enough and how much we actually move to help our veterans in need. From, again, the story of the gentleman that had all his belongings up at the courthouse, the Veterans Providers Group got together and made sure he was taken care of, just like we found out about this family that was living at the hotel. It's all about our community and giving back, and we encourage the veterans that have been helped in one way or another through the parsonage to eventually return the favor and give back. I mean, many veterans have already given in terms of their service, but when they get back up on their feet, we ask them to play it forward.
Well, sure. That's one of the interesting and great things about serving in the military, and I did not, so I can't say this from personal experience, but just from the people that I meet, is it tends to teach you to think of others first before yourself, and because of that, you have a discipline about you that sees a need and wants to find a way to meet it. Kevin, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Well, Todd, again, thank you for all the support you've given to many of the veterans organizations over the years. Without you allowing us to get the word out about the events, whether it be Trees for Troops or the Parsonage or other veterans' needs, it wouldn't happen. So thank you. I wish you a very, very good long weekend for some people.
Be healthy, Kevin. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
It is the voice of Indiana County WCCS.